Looks good. Fortunately, these rocket silos are so spaced out. Then what we'll do here is up from down here. We don't have to get fancy with it. This can come over, up one more, side load. This can come over, side load. Maybe we can make them look nice. There they go. Similarly, we'll do the same thing here, except we'll have to make it go over one once it comes out. Like that. There we go. So in theory, we could take that and we could line it up right and put it in the right places here. I think I eyeballed that right. Cool. And we need to go under one more time. Do it right there. The bottom one didn't have to go under, but it's just gonna make it look nicer that way. Wonder when we'll see items come through. Probably like just a particular patch it's missing. And we have a gap in our coverage here too. We don't want to run into that too much, and then we won't be brought our groceries. So copy that deal. Well, let's go to paste and then cycle back through. We had a good one. Yeah, that's it. Right there. There we go. So that's going to provide everything that they need. Oh yeah, we left our own gap. It's going to provide everything that they need. Now, whether or not that's at the rate that they need it, that's a whole other question. So that's our next challenge. We'll continue to produce. I thought we made a fourth one by now. No, we were just waiting that long between the third and the fourth. How's our base doing? We do still have blue belts being made for us, right? Did notice the slowdown there. I mean, they're coming to get them. Alright, we'll just put them in ourselves. Open the floodgates. Alright, we still have to do the arms. Cool, they're combining well. That was expected. I don't think there's ever a need to rush with what we're putting in, right? It takes a while to construct. So I'm just going to start with 2 on each side. Arbitrarily there for no other reason. As far as getting power to them, how far would a substation reach? Not really, so we need to actually stick a couple substations in the middle here. Oh, we're gonna fill our inventory again, aren't we? Yep. I don't know if there were satellites underneath that or not. Guess we're fine. Similarly, we're gonna have to do it over here too. We had it come out just below. 2, 3, 4. Right, nope. A close one. Managed to actually avoid it filling our inventory though. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that I think we can get this done without the satellites catching up. Probably a bad thing. Okay, so both times it's just below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, autosave. One, 2, 3, 4. And then we have to be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So much for being careful. Probably find a place down below, or rather, conveyor belt upstream. To drop off some of these. Did they all get... they got kind of out of sorts, didn't they? That didn't happen on the other side. I don't think. Alright, so everybody's powered now. Drop off a ton of these. Delivering all these VCRs to the rocket. How many of these do we have? Production's actually going to catch up at this rate. Oh, no. Anything else? Being brought the next wave of stuff for the next rocket silo, but very slowly this time. So that's going to take a while to get all those silos in, but these are all set to auto launch with cargo. They're already starting to make rockets. High density components are already one of the top concerns. That and I guess satellites. The satellite's even coming. Really, they're not like completely out. They're not getting the accumulators. I think we saw that before, that we need to up accumulator production by upping battery production. And these, were they able to do productivity? Yes. Productivity modules on the batteries here, and then I've already got one row of beacons. Could try to squeeze another one in down here. So now, is that producing enough batteries to actually sufficiently provide for these? These need to have the opposite, or the same rather. These need to have productivity. I don't know if we have to do this individually or not. Actually, I may have done this because productivity might not go in there. Ah, okay. Alright, so that's what we needed to do anyway. Right. Alright, so we'll see if they chew through those batteries or if they stay saturated like that. I mean, ideally we would still extend this production over. We'll take these, duplicate it. Ah, it's a shame that these beacons don't reach both. If we had to, we could put some beacons down here. We've put in a long distance order for some of these components, and they're on their way. That's crazy. Only the first one is making satellites. Not getting many of these high density structures either. Because they're not getting enough steel. And that's what it comes down to, the raw component. So we need to get some iron, make some more steel for them. Well, I like these new icons. iron was way down and then it jumped back up. That might have been a drought. Copper's dropping. How's the copper train? It's picking up. Just have to keep an eye on this because eventually they're going to bring enough stuff for us. What do we call for here? 300. That's a 200. Where did that stack? That stack. Some extra stuff. I guess we're making these a little bit faster than I thought we would. Plop. As they go into random places. Yeah, how quickly, once they have what they need. Like when this gets 2 more low density structures, let's see. Are they coming? If someone else doesn't grab it first. I guess I could cheat it and drop them in. Let's see. Where'd they go? Oh, my trash bots came and picked them up, didn't they? Yep. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be hard to tell if it'll load fast enough. Because we have to have sufficient stuff being provided. We got a technology. And our artillery range went up and now we're firing across the water. Well, now we're just lobbing intercontinental ballistics. Holy cow. All right, well. I mean, I hope that'll protect us and not just enrage them. Whew. I mean, I just have that one train station. We could put one down here or something and then just really keep ourselves pretty well defended. Pollution now spreading to the far reaches of what we can see. He's still waiting for. They're still waiting on efficiency modules. Or speed modules, rather. Alright. So let's scope out what we're going to do for iron. I think we talked about it before. We've got a big iron patch down here. Might be a good go-to. How are these holding up? I think we're fine. So these are producing steel. How's that going? Because that might be able to feed into the bus a little bit better if it's not already from its overflow, and then we can get more. So it looks like that's all backed up, like it's just going into production here. Like, for real. Give me overflow right here. Your output priority will be right. But anything extra you've got, bring that over to the bus. Gotta be closer. I mean, it might not be able to keep up once it's all fed through, but I mean, we have a lot going on right here. And it's being used to make which science? Purple science? And it was being used to make the railroad ties for purple science. They're doing fine. Purple science can only be made so fast anyway. Alright, let's see if that helped any. Definitely looks healthier. So I'm being pulled off here. Rebalance that. Okay. Balance afterward. Why didn't we do that in the first place? Okay. Solar panels. Getting what they need. High density structures, that's what we're looking at. Oh, they're all firing. This might be temporary, but I like the looks of that. Alright, how about now as far as production speed? I mean, there's a lot more on that track. You still don't have any silos on this side, do you? Let's see if we can get one over here. Guess we'd have to make it. These guys are all sharing. One, two, three. So it's operating at like a third of efficiency. Everything else is getting supplied in time. A third efficiency on one. We need to like up that by probably 24 times. So we need to up it by like all 8, and we need to go 3 times as condensed. Does that make sense? 3 times as many for 1 times the 8 of them. Alright, so now we have one pulling from that supply. It's gonna be good for a bit. Alright, is there anything about like one side being backed up that's causing any issues on the supply side? Nah. This is fixing that. This might. Light these guys back up. You're not getting heavy oil? Maybe this isn't connected. We didn't finish that, did we? There's also not a ton of it. Why do I only have 2 in each one? That's another good question. Can't reach. Now I don't know if we're producing solid fuel fast enough. Just from the looks of how dry this particular belt got. What's that gonna look like when this line's done here? I mean, it's already loaded with quite a few, so I don't know, we'll see. We're making it work. Beating all of our rocket silos with spaghetti. The longest slurp in history. Oh, we got a rocket already. Nice. It'll be really cool to watch multiple rockets taking off from here. One of these may have already had one. I just didn't see it at the time. 0%, 18%, 15%. I feel like this one might have already had one. That was our first one that we put down. Alright, so... well, I'm sure there's more we could do for the high density structures. What else could we do for the satellites? I know that that's pretty slow. So the accumulator speed for that. So batteries for that. I mean, they're chewing through this copper, but it seems to be working for them. Let's extend this out. I don't know how far. We're just gonna give it plenty of room. Oh, so close. There we go. I'm just gonna go all in. What we do. I don't know if this will tile. No, I don't think it will. Let's grab this down